and today we are going to talk about a lot of good things as it relates to ZenBusiness versus IncFile. But before doing so, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So let's get into it. Starting a business, that's huge. That's one of the biggest decisions you will make in your life. And I definitely want to let you know that I am here, I am rooting for you, and I support you. I want you to know that you are not in this alone, even if you might have a single member LLC. I want you to know that you are not alone. So yes, choosing your registered agent, it's really important and crucial in the process of establishing your LLC. And so fortunately, there are some options that are free outside of just state fees and is a support to help you get through that process. And so that's why it's important to really compare and contrast IncFile versus ZenBusiness and see which is the best registered agent for LLCs and small businesses. So you definitely don't want to cut your registered agent short, because when establishing a business, it's really important that sometimes there are costs. There just are costs when establishing and formulating your business, because you definitely want, if you have a company, if you have a business, you definitely want people to see it as an entity that's established, that is reputable, that is respectable. And in order to do that, it's really, really crucial to kind of have that like L.L.C behind your name, you know? It's like, oh, look at me, look at that official like yes stamp of approval type of thing. And so it's really important to choose a registered agent that's going to be there to support you along the process. And so really in this video, I'm going to break down in general some pros and cons of ZenBusiness and IncFile, and then I will kind of go into 4 different categories and break down which registered agent I think is better. And so those 4 things are going to be site navigation, pricing, the product offerings, and customer service. And so those are 4 really important qualities that I just really want to break down in this video and go over so that you can figure out which registered agent is best for you. And then at the end, I'm going to reveal which registered agent I chose for my LLC. And so definitely your choice might not be mine, but I had certain considerations that I needed to fit in order to get my LLC accomplished when I wanted it accomplished. And so that led to who I determined was the best registered agent for me. So let's really get into just an overview of ZenBusiness and IncFile. So they are both really good in terms of business formation. That's why they were created. They were created really to help individuals form businesses. And so that's really what they were there to do. And so IncFile has been around since 2004. So it's definitely helped a lot of businesses. And then ZenBusiness is a little bit newer. It's been around since 2015, but it definitely has established a name for itself, most definitely. And so, yes, again, they're both really good companies for business formation. And so they both really do have different product offerings, they do have different prices, and both offer registered agent services. And so that's really nice, especially when starting off as a new company, getting a lot of documents and trying to keep track of that. It's nice to have a friend or a business that has your back and is going to help you along to keep organized of all of those documents that are associated with your new business, which is so exciting. Again, hey, business. Anyway, so yes, it's exciting, but it also has its challenges. And so yes, so they both are pretty solid companies and have been around for a decent amount of time. Definitely ZenBusiness is newer, as said earlier, but they have a proven track record. So let me just jump into the 4 categories. As it relates to customer service, ZenBusiness by far gets the points. They have really, really good scores on Better Business Bureau. They also have really good scores on Trustpilot. And so what I saw from the comments were people raving about how they could really get in contact with ZenBusiness pretty easily. And I can speak for myself because I have called up ZenBusiness. Like, I was able to really reach them in a short amount of time. Like, it took less than 5 minutes to get in contact with a real person. And I was able to really ask some questions about what the process would look like in terms of establishing an LLC with them, and they answered them very, very well. And so I did the same thing with IncFile. I called them up, and so it was on the weekend, and so they followed up with me Monday, which I was a little surprised about, but they followed me up on Monday and really wanted to address my concerns. And so what I saw through my research is that IncFile didn't have too good reviews. They said that they had reached out to IncFile and they had kind of been left on red type of thing, or the IncFile just didn't follow up. And so that definitely made me concerned when on my journey in terms of what registered agent, because I needed to have my business established by the end of 2020. It was a ticking time clock. I wanted to make sure tax season and everything, I wanted to make sure I had a legal business before the end of 2020. And that was just a goal of mine that I had set for myself. And so just in terms of customer service, the win goes to ZenBusiness. Now, if you think about site navigation, I love IncFile's navigation on its site. I feel like it has so many resources. It has free PDFs on like how to start an Amazon business, how to start different types of businesses, how to start a consulting business. It has free PDFs that break down a decent amount on that, which is really, really nice. Versus ZenBusiness's navigation, they do have articles and links, but it's just not as pretty, not as nice as IncFile. And IncFile just really helps you through the process with their website by offering a lot of free things. And so definitely navigation goes to IncFile in terms of just going through the process of establishing your LLC or what other business entity you want to establish. And then as it relates to the overall product offering, so ZenBusiness only allows you to establish corporations or LLCs, versus IncFile actually enables you to form partnerships and nonprofits. So later on in the line, if you think, hey, I don't only want to have an LLC or I don't only want to have a corporation, I also want a nonprofit, then to be able to do all of that with one registered agent, I would suggest IncFile. I would suggest IncFile because you can get all of that in one. And so both IncFile and ZenBusiness do have 3 product offerings or 3 packages that they advertise. And so it's just about what's important to you. And so they do have different price packages. You can find it here. So if you look at ZenBusiness, they have 3 package offerings that they have. So they have a starter, which is $49 a year. They have a pro, which is $199 a year. And then they have a premium, which is $299 a year. And so definitely if you look through it all, they have different offerings. But what stands out to me is just in the $199 pro package, they have worry-free compliance. And so definitely I know that like with a new business, I'm gonna have to file annual reports or I might have to file other documents. I personally have no clue what all of that is. And so because of that, I need my registered agent to kind of step in and give me some help, kind of help me through that process. And so definitely that was something that stood out to me. And then in addition to the ZenBusinesses in the pro package, they also offer an EIN, which of course you can get for free from the IRS site, which if you check out some of my videos that are coming up, I'm gonna break down how you can actually get an EIN for free. But that was something that was nice as well, that was included in that package. And so what really stood out to me in the pro package for ZenBusiness was that the worry-free compliance was there, and then there's also operating agreement templates and other documents that would help a new business and having all of the documents that was necessary for the process. So now let's get into the IncFile pricing. So IncFile has 3 tiers. They have the silver, gold, and platinum. The silver is $0. $0. What? So they're gonna help you through the process of establishing your LLC or whatever legal entity that you want to establish for free, which is really nice. And there's a first year of registered agent services that are also free. But after that year, it's gonna be $199 a year. But the first year getting that for free, that's pretty nice. That's pretty solid. And so that's a nice perk, a part of the silver package. And then the gold package is $149 a year, which is the most popular one. And then the platinum package is $299 a year. So definitely there's different tiers. There's $0, $149, and $299. So definitely you have to figure out what works best for you. As you can see, ZenBusiness is a little bit more on the pricier side than IncFile, but ZenBusiness does have a lot more features that it offers. So IncFile has a Form 2553, which is actually a tax status that actually allows you to establish a corporation, an S Corp, and pay less taxes. And so I'm going to create some videos on that, but that's definitely something. If you're creating a corporation or an LLC, you definitely want S Corp status. And so that's just a tax status, not necessarily a legal entity, but it's a tax status, S Corp status. And so definitely I'm going to create some videos on that, but that's definitely something in the gold package for IncFile that definitely stands out, and you definitely want to do research on or check out some of my videos on that. And so as it relates to the product offerings, again, ZenBusiness is a little bit more pricier, but it does include designing a website. It does include having your business email and a couple of other really nice offerings that you would want, but you might not want it through a registered agent. So overall, you should choose IncFile if you are thinking about not keeping registered agent services for very long, or if you want to eventually establish a nonprofit or a partnership. So if you want more than just a corporation or LLC, then IncFile is pretty much your option because it affords you those other options in terms of the legal entity that you want, versus ZenBusiness is just going to be corporations and LLCs. So that's something important to consider. And you can't deny the $0 silver package price tag looks pretty nice for IncFile. And then if you are thinking about wanting ZenBusiness, what you should consider is just customer service. So ZenBusiness is available from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like, wow, the hours for customer service is so nice. And then it's actually open on Sundays as well, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time as well. So I wanted a registered agent where I could just call up and be like, hey, on the weekends, because I work full time. And so that was something that was important to me, is to be able to call them up on the weekends when I had free time. And so definitely ZenBusiness has that great thing going for them in terms of customer service. And so then if you compare that to IncFile, IncFile's customer service is available from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's definitely a narrower window in terms of when you can reach out to somebody. So I could be ending work and then it's too late to call IncFile. And so I just wanted a registered agent that I could just be able to call up almost at any time and be like, hey, I got questions about my business. And so that was something that was important to me. And so just having the flexibility of having more time with my registered agent was something that influenced my decision in terms of who to choose. So for my business, I decided to create an LLC through ZenBusiness. Just overall, the customer service support and just the fact that they were able to get and establish and form my business by the time that I wanted, I just had to go with ZenBusiness. And so I really needed to establish a LLC by the end of December. And so I actually was able to get it faster than I thought with ZenBusiness than if I would have done it through IncFile. And so one of the key differences that I didn't touch on earlier is that typically ZenBusiness has their own filing speed. So you can get it done faster than you would with IncFile, which typically goes on the state's filing speed. So there's a difference there. So ZenBusiness is faster in terms of forming the business than IncFile. And so definitely look into that. Yeah, for me, ZenBusiness was the best just because of customer service and because of the speed in which I needed my business formed. So I hope that helped, and I cannot wait to see you on more videos with Darcy. Okay, till next time, peace, stay building.